90,000 people will be out there talking about it. These guys don't talk. I'm promoting the fight.
Is that fight happening in Vegas still?
I'll let you guys know when it's done.
Regarding this TKO boxing thing, it did seem kind of interesting because I know that there was the Netflix upfronts, and I believe there were rumors that perhaps something was going to happen there with this Canelo and Crawford thing. Turkey was pretty big on making it clear that you would be the head promoter, and then he did say, actually, you would be the head promoter, and they didn't have a broadcaster, and then it was actually Sella's going to promote it, and it's going to be his own pay-per-view, Ring Magazine, all of that stuff.
What happens when boxing's slickest tactician clashes with Mexico's pound-for-pound king? You get more than hype, you get history. At the official Canelo Alvarez vs. Terence "Bud" Crawford press conference, fans expected fireworks, but what they got was a seismic shock. A single moment flipped the entire narrative, leaving every major outlet scrambling to capture one of the most jaw-dropping scenes in recent fight history.
It's their levels and their stars and superstars. Okay, and they made the championship, not the championship made them.
This was more than a press event. It was a statement, a warning shot, and a mental chess move. And guess what? Terence Crawford took the first round. Held in Vegas with Super Bowl-level spectacle, the stage was set for the usual scripted trash talk. But what unfolded was anything but predictable. The energy shifted fast, and every fighter in the room felt it.
No, not YouTuber fighters. Huh? Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah.
They need to talk and talk about the fight that they want to say. But people know we are great fighters. We don't need to talk.
I am sure in the end, in the mid of September, we will have one of the greatest fights ever happen in boxing. I am sure.
And messed up. That's good. Excellent. Great.
Crawford came in like a man ready for war, while Canelo stayed composed. But that didn't stop Crawford from turning up the heat. He grabbed the mic and dropped a chilling, calculated message. Asterisk, you're in your prime and I'm in mine. But I'm smarter, stronger, and undefeated. Asterisk, the words hit hard. Canelo didn't flinch, but the world did. What makes this fight even crazier is that it's no longer just boxing. It's a global crossover event. Netflix 10, DAZN 10, UFC 10, and Saudi Arabia are all in the mix. Even Dana White and Turki Alalshik are backing it. The money is massive. But more than hype and history, this fight is dangerous. It's two pound-for-pound kings in their prime, clashing with everything on the line.
Tell you what I think should be going. The notion that Terence "Bud" Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life. And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it. And lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3, and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago. Because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Canelo Alvarez, 34, is fresh off a dominant win over Jamie Munguia and holds all super middleweight titles.
He boxed a little bit too much, defensive-minded a little bit too much. Right hand in the body there for Canelo. Ultra elusive, if you want to call it that, in Arislandi Lara. Right hand.
At 37, Crawford remains a flawless 4-division world champion with deadly timing and that trademark Omaha-born grit and toughness. Here's the wild part. Crawford isn't just moving up. He's leaping 2 full weight classes to make this fight happen. It's not a step up, it's a cliff dive.
At once, right? I started at 135. I'm just saying, like, say if Canelo was champion at 147 to go up.
Right.
Yeah, one jump.
It's a big jump too. 21 pounds. It's a lot of weight.
People forget Crawford started at lightweight, slowly climbing and conquering each division. But super middleweight, that's Canelo's domain. And the advantage isn't just size, it's power, durability, and ring control. Still, don't mistake Crawford's move for fear. He's not scared, he's hunting.
You come like Canelo.
You're not feeling it until
I've been like, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
So every time he say that, you know, I just be like gradually getting into like looking at it, like okay. And he like, he's not that big. You know, he heavy, but he's not that big.
Right.
And I'm just like, all right. I'm laughing, but at the same time it started hitting me like, all right, man, maybe he on to something. You know, and then I started sizing him up, and I'm like, all right, Canelo 5'7". You know, my arm is longer.
Yeah.
He's strong, I'm strong.
Right.
To me, skill for skill.
Right.
Because Canelo not the biggest 168 fighter. So I just started looking into it.
Now let's talk about the press conference shocker. Most expected Crawford to stay cool. Some thought he'd play it safe, given the size disadvantage. But instead he went full assassin mode. He pulled out receipts, called out Canelo for ducking him for years, and trashed his recent opponents without hesitation.
And beating up big dudes all my life.
Because they underestimate your humble.
It's just, even if they didn't, I'm gonna beat you up. You know, I can fight.
Right.
You know, so if you watch, like, all these dudes bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't care. But I'm gonna find a way to win, no matter what.
In September, are you gonna pull this? I shook up the world. I told you.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely gonna be, you know what I mean, one of the moments. You know, I need the doubters to fuel me. What you think he'll do if he go up 2 more weight classes? I need that, you know, because that's gonna make me more focused and turn into a different animal. So I need the people to say, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough.
Canelo didn't fire back with words, but his eyes said everything. We've seen this look before, when Billy Joe Saunders tried mind games, or when Caleb Plant got in his face. Canelo answered with brutal body shots and knockout finishes. But Crawford, he's not just another talker. He's smarter, sharper, and far more ruthless than any before.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just... Obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. And he does, don't get me wrong, he does have a lot of power. But all those guys that you name is not as skillful as him. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. Just skill level. So how do you see the fight? It's a tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always have respect for Canelo. I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fuels me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too.
Let's not pretend Terence Crawford just showed up out of nowhere. He's been calling out Canelo for years, like this fight was always part of the plan. Critics called it impossible, said he was too small, too risky. And while Canelo didn't need this fight, he never flinched, never faked fear. He stayed locked in.
Hey, I want Canelo. Is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
It's a big boy, he's strong, it's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you a whoop his ass.
Like, yes, man.
I'm not worried about Canelo, I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on the real match.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stone. It's about
Canelo publicly shrugged Crawford off, saying he had nothing to prove and would only consider the fight if the money was right. But mentally, he was shadowboxing him the whole time.
Crawford, Just won his debut at 154. Said if the money's right, we'll fight. Everybody wants that fight. What do you feel about that matchup? People saying the weight, all this stuff. How do you feel about that?
You know, everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And, you know, like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. 3 weight class less than me. But if the money is right, why not? Why not? But look, I'm focused 100% on Berlanga. I know I have a challenge in front. I never overlook it, any fighter. So I'm focused 100% in this, and then we...
In every interview and post-fight moment, Crawford has made one thing clear. This isn't about chasing a paycheck. It's about legacy. He's moving up 2 weight classes, not for clout, but because he genuinely wants to face the best. And that mindset, dangerous. He's entering this fight fueled by confidence, power and purpose. Asterisk, I told you, I'm built different. Asterisk, he's not shaken by the underdog label. If anything, it motivates him to prove exactly why he's elite.
Crawford, I see he wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happens. Yeah.
Still, not everyone's sold on the Crawford hype. Boxing legend Shane Mosley recently weighed in, warning that while Crawford's heart might be bigger than his frame, that could work against him. Mosley pointed out that if Bud dares to stay in the pocket with Canelo, it could be game over. He's not built for that weight, Mosley said, and he might be right. Crawford looked bulked up at the press conference, but let's be real. At 168 pounds, size matters, and Canelo is built like a tank. But there's more to this than belts. This fight is layered with legacy, ego, and pound-for-pound dominance. Canelo has ruled as boxing's best for years, but if Crawford beats him, it won't just be an upset. It'll solidify Bud as the greatest fighter of this generation. Crawford knows exactly what's at stake. That's why he's risking it all. Jumping weight, defying power gaps, ignoring critics. Because he's chasing more than a win. He's chasing immortality.
To a point, how long ago was it for yourself when you realised that the Canelo Alvarez fight is a possibility for you?
Just you know what I mean, looking over the landscape of boxing and the opportunities and the accomplishments that Canelo had, and you know, sizing them up and things like that. I know we ain't never been in the ring before, but you know, it's a great opportunity for me in my career.
And that idea of yourself of chasing greatness, inside, how much does that excite you over that, with it all together, our idea of chasing greatness? It's always something you've done, to do that, sort of stepping up in weights. How much is that an exciting proposition for you?
Oh, it's very exciting. It's like throwing gasoline on a bucket of fire. You know, I'm very competitive. I'm looking to be competitive in a fight.
Crawford silenced the doubters at 147 when Errol Spence was expected to stop him, only to be turned into a meme by Bud's dominance. That win didn't just make a statement, it shook the sport. Now he's aiming to do the same to Canelo. But at 168 pounds, it's a whole different game.
But you know, like he say, you know, when they ask him for the Germonta fight, they don't wanna get credit for that fight. It's the same for me. I don't need to take that fight because everybody's gonna say it's too small, it's too small, it's too small, and then, you know, he needs to enjoy his fight. He deserves it. He deserves it. I like Spence, but you know, I like Spence and all the respect for him and everything. But I knew. I think is the type of fight Terence Crawford is different. 168, but like I say, like he say, nobody's gonna give me credit for that.
Thank you very much.
And let's not overlook the commercial side, especially with Dana White now involved. This isn't just another boxing match. It's the biggest spectacle the sport has seen in years. Expect lights, fireworks, WrestleMania-style walkouts, and a global Netflix stream that pulls boxing back into the mainstream. Add a 3-city media tour, Saudi Arabia, New York City, and Las Vegas, and you've got more than a fight. This is an event. Crawford thrives in the underdog role. Critics doubt him because of his size, but skill pays the bills. And Crawford has some of the sharpest tools in boxing: deadly timing, vicious counters, and the nastiest switch-hitting footwork in the game. Let's talk pure skill, because Crawford isn't just smooth, he's surgical. His footwork is elite, and he shifts effortlessly between orthodox and southpaw stances. His ring IQ, off the charts. It's like he's wearing AI gloves, downloading opponents mid-fight. Crawford's timing is masterful. He can counter off the back foot, stalk you down with steady pressure, or bait you with feints before unleashing a sniper-like straight left. His punch placement is nearly flawless. He doesn't just hit hard. He hits smart, placing every shot with surgical precision. Defensively, his head movement and ability to roll with punches make him incredibly difficult to land clean on. Crawford isn't just coming to survive at 168. He's coming to outbox the bigger man. And he has the tools to do it. Ironically, when Canelo fought Mayweather, he was the young lion with raw power and limited polish. Now the roles have flipped. Crawford brings the mind of a killer and the patience of a surgeon. If Canelo assumes he's facing another brawler, he's in for a rude awakening. That's why the boxing world is split. Canelo's camp believes this will be an easy win, pointing to his size, power, and dominance at 168. To them, Crawford's too small. They say this isn't 147. It's a whole new battlefield.
Favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you
of course, yeah. I like Terence. I think I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh, because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that. And I guess that's what happened in Riyadh, because I've travelled with him to the fight. And, but it's a 50-50 fight. I think gun to head, I'm probably picking Crawford right now. But I want Canelo to win. I think he can win for sure. But Terence is going to make it really tricky and awkward for him. I don't think he's going to like that kind of fight.
But then there are the Bud supporters, die-hard fans and seasoned experts, who argue that Crawford is pound-for-pound #1 for a reason. They believe talent outweighs size, and Bud's elite IQ, speed, and adaptability make him the real danger. This isn't just a fight, it's a clash of styles, eras, and legacies. And after that press conference, let's be honest, Crawford's already up 1-0 in the mental battle. Some believe Bud's been secretly training for Canelo for over a year, quietly bulking up while calling him out online. Others claim Canelo only accepted the fight because of pressure from Turki Alashik and Netflix. It became too big to decline. Regardless of the backstory, the moment is locked in. September 13th at Allegiant Stadium. No more running. No more talk. It's finally happening.
In the history of boxing, and this is a fact. If you see Thursday, not Thursday, I speak the facts. Alright? I'll even do it for you. We're gonna change that. Good middleman has never unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking in. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, this is the truth again.
So who's really ready for this showdown? Will Canelo's size, experience, and relentless pressure prove too much? Or will Crawford's speed, fight IQ, and pinpoint accuracy deliver one of the biggest upsets in modern boxing? One thing's clear, after that press conference, this isn't just hype, it's war. Drop your predictions in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay locked in for more fight breakdowns.